Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Harpreet and I am a certified IELTS trainer from IDB. In this video today, we are going to talk about all those IELTS cue card questions, that means the part 2 questions in IELTS speaking that are related to persons, people. It may be your friend, any person whom you have met, person whom you admire, any old person, all those topics. So in this video today, we are going to cover all those cue card topics. Then we are also going to see what could be the strategies, the tricks and tips for solving those questions, which words are there that you need to put in, and number 4 I will be telling you one bonus tip with the help of which you are going to cover all those types of questions. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so let me first of all tell you some of the topics. Describe a time when you were surprised to meet a friend. Describe an old person you know and respect. Describe a person whom you have met before and you would like to meet that person. Describe your best friend. Describe the family member of yours whom you are the most close with. Describe a person whom you admire the most, and describe a person in your family whom you think is the most interesting one. Describe one of your family members whom you spend the most time with. Describe a person who has just apologized to you or any person whom you have apologized. Okay. Describe a person who was in the news and you would like to meet that person. Describe a person for whom you have made or you have bought a special gift. Describe a person whom you have recently helped. Describe a person whom you have taught something. Okay, describe a person who likes to travel by plane. Describe a person whom you have met for the very first time. Alright, so don't you think so that there is some similarity in these types of questions? Yes, there is a similarity that all these questions are related to persons, and we can very easily club the ideas of all these questions for speaking fluently and confidently during our IELTS speaking exam. So what you have to do, you have to cook up a story that's common. Think of one person for whom you are going to speak about, the name, the physical characteristics of that person, the nature of the person and the basic story. So keep it common, and the rest of the things you can change according to the question. So let's begin. So I thought that I am going to keep this name Prerna. So Prerna is my best friend. She is the girl whom I admire a lot, or she is the one who's my mother. Prerna is one person whom I have met for the first time and I would like to meet her again. So Prerna was a celebrity who was just there in the news and I would like to meet her again. Any question that's related to these persons, I'll speak this name Prerna. And likewise the physical characteristics as well. I can say that she is a tall, slim and beautiful lady. She has brown eyes and brown hair. Okay, and why are these physical characteristics important? Because they help you to introduce the person well, and it also draws a kind of imagination, a kind of picture in the mind of the examiner as well about the person. And when the examiner understands your point of view, you are good to go, because he or she is then going to give you more bands. Okay, then talk about the nature of the person. Whether or not it has been asked. So you can say that she is a lovely lady, she is self-confident, she is energetic, that means she remains energetic all the time, she is an extrovert person, so like to meet new people. Okay, she is extremely talented. If you have to talk about the work of the person, so you can talk a little as well, that she is a teacher in this and this school, and she teaches the kindergarten or she teaches primary school, she teaches this subject. So just to create a story to the topic. Okay, so talk about like this: she is generous, kind hearted, or if you have to talk something negative, so the person is stubborn. Okay, so talk about these 2-3 qualities that I have told you about the person. Alright, so after doing this, then you can move on to the question simultaneously. Okay, so let me tell you some of the questions. Like, there is this person whom you have recently helped or you have taught something. So for example, I can say that Prerna is the girl whom I have taught something recently and she is my younger sister. So because she's your younger sister, so you have met her obviously naturally. Since childhood you two are living together, okay, and this is the subject, for example, maths. So she is in 5th standard and you are obviously elder to her, and you have taught her this is the subject. So she was having a problem in this particular subject and you taught her this, okay. Or if you have to talk about something like talk about an interesting conversation that you had with a person, so you can say that while going to the airport, while you were waiting for your flight, you met this person Prerna while you were waiting for your flight. So she was sitting beside you and you started to have the conversation. You got to know that she is a teacher in a kindergarten, for a kindergarten class, and she teaches maths. So because you are also fond of maths a lot, two of you started to have the conversation, and it went so well that you did not actually remember that how much was the time that you have spent together, and both of you really enjoyed it, and you can talk about the conversation you had of related to maths, okay. So something like that. If you have to say about your mother, that whom you admire the most in your family, or one person whom you spend the most time with in your family, so again you can say that Prerna, she's your mother, Mrs. Prerna, she's your mother. She is a tall, beautiful, slim lady having brown eyes and brown hair. Then you can say that she's a working lady, she teaches maths to the kindergarten students, okay. Again the same thing you can speak. See how easy it is to talk about all these topics. You will not have a problem in having the conversation like this about the topic if you have already thought a common story. So you can say that because you are also fond of maths and your mother is also fond of maths, so both of you spend a lot of time together because she helps you regularly in studying maths, whatever work you do, so she helps you in that as well. Then you go for shopping together, and she has told you a lot of shortcuts, formulas as well for the maths, okay. So these type of answers you can speak in this question as well. Now for some other topics, like describe a person who has interesting ideas or opinions, or talk about a person who's a good leader, again the same story can go, okay. Now let me tell you some other ideas as well for this kind of topic, so that you can choose the story by yourself, okay. And whatever story you want to keep as the base, you can keep that, and you can copy paste that same story in all the topics that are related to persons. So for example, you are talking about Mr. Naresh. Mr. Naresh is your neighbor. He is a person who has great ideas and opinions. He is a good leader. Any topic can come with this as well, okay. So he is your neighbor, and he is an interesting person. He is a retired army officer. So most of the times he is at home now, because he has wonderful experience of the life. He has traveled so many places, so he is a great help to me in all the situations. He is the person who is a good listener as well. So whenever I have any problem, whenever I am in trouble, whenever I have a doubt, I always seek his help. He is the one whom I can always look up to. And then you can talk about the nature of the person, that he is a trustworthy person, good listener, then he has a strong body build up, okay. Then you can say that he has brown eyes and brown hair, brown short hair obviously. Then he is in his early 50s, maybe you can say this as well. Then why do you like this person, or why do you admire? First of all, because of his duty towards the country, his work that he has done. He has tried to save our country from the enemies so many times, and he keeps on telling you about his stories, about his experience on the border, which keeps on motivating you whenever you are feeling down or whenever you are feeling demotivated. Then this person has taught you this thing. So any topic you can speak about this person, Mr. Naresh, as well, okay. So I hope these type of questions that are related to persons, you can easily solve them. What is one main thing that you have to focus on, that whenever you are trying to talk about any person or any QCAT topic, try to have first the introduction to the topic. So if you are going to have the introduction to the topics that are related to persons, you can speak like this: man is a social animal and for living in the society peacefully and harmoniously, it's important, it's crucial to build up the relationships both for communicating and helping each other. So I also have one such person in my life whom I'm going to talk about now, and that is Mr. Naresh, or that is Prerna. So you can talk about like this for the introduction. After that, try speaking some general things about the person, as I have told you about the physical characteristics, what that person does, how he or she look, and then the main ideas for the cue card, along with some other stories that you have already built up. And after that, you have to end your speaking cue card with a concluding line as well, that I hope that our relationships is going to be stronger with each passing day. I wish all the luck and good health to her or him. So I hope that you have liked this video, you have understood, and this video was helpful to you in a way that now you will be more confident in talking about the IELTS speaking topics that are related to persons, especially the cue cards. If you have any further doubts in any other IELTS speaking topics, do let me know. I'm surely going to help you, and I would love to do that. You can also write me on my email ID. It has been mentioned over here. Okay. If you like my work and you like what I teach, please give this video a thumbs up as well, because this gives me motivation that I have to help you like this, and I have to come up with more such videos. Do share this video with your friends as well, because they might also be having the trouble in practicing these IELTS speaking cue card questions. And thank you so much everyone. Signing off, Harpreet.